I think that what I've seen in the DAO space has proven to me that we are never going to build anything better than TradGov if we actually rely on DAO politicians. If we have like, anytime there are politicians involved, there will be corruption.
Yeah.
Hands down, no other solution. But there are cool things in crypto that don't necessarily, that do governance without politicians, and they work extremely well. Like we were talking about hard forks earlier, right? Like, dude, the hard fork choice rule, like the fork choice rule, and like deciding which chain is the valid chain and that sort of stuff, that is algorithmic governance, and it's been working flawlessly.
It's been paying people.
It pays people. It's like you get rewarded for it. Like there's a lot of technical things here, but like the Ethereum gas limit, every block has a certain amount of computation that it can handle in Ethereum. And that amount is determined by the people who are running Ethereum nodes. It's just a variable that they set. And you never hear any drama about the gas price. Oh my God, it just went, or the gas limit of a block. Oh, it went up, oh, it went down. That happens all the time. As people are running nodes and they're like, yeah, you know what, I think it could go higher. And they get in a chat room and everyone's like, yeah, you know, I think we could set it higher. And they're like, yeah, okay, let's set it higher. And every individual, there's no politicians. It's kind of like direct democracy, you know? Everyone votes individually and it just works, no drama. You know, sometimes people make campaigns, hey, we can make the gas higher, guys. Update it, you know? And then people do, or they lower it sometimes too, very rarely, but they do, and it just works.
Yeah.
But the second you have like I'm on the security council for Arbitrum, on every multi-sig for Arbitrum. I'm deep in the DAO, like I'm a delegate and all these things, and it's just a fucking shit show behind the scenes. Backroom deals, you know. In Arbitrum, they straight up say conflict of interest is a good thing.
Wow.
You know. It's like they just lean into it. It's like they know, yeah, DAO governance is kind of fucked and a joke, and it's just insider deals happening to each other. So like, it's gonna be corrupt. Let's just let it be corrupt. I mean, it's that bad, man. And like Optimism tries, they have like a pretty good conflict of interest policy, but like in the end, it's still just the foundation top down telling everyone what to do. You know, DAO governance is such a joke, but algorithmic governance, quadratic funding. Have you guys seen quadratic funding?
Define.
Quadratic funding is what Gitcoin does. So Gitcoin and Giveth, we do it as well. There's a few other projects. It's like they kind of have like a democratic matching pool. So when you donate, like most matching pools in like the normal world, it's like, hey, if you donate $100, we'll also kick in 20. You know, we'll kick in 20% of whatever you donate. Right? And then they're just like subsidizing more donations, letting people kind of plutocratically drive the donation. But what quadratic funding does is it says, we will square root the value of your donation, and then that counts as points. And the more points that a project gets, the more the matching pool they get. So what this does is it means like if I donate $1, that's worth 1 point. If I donate $100, that's only worth 10 points. So it's kind of like a mitigation of plutocracy. It's still a factor, like how much you donate, but it also allows for more individuals to just donate $1 and say this project is great, and then that affects the matching pool. So it adds a democratic element to it as well. And this is this is what I would call like algorithmic governance. It's like there's no politicians. There's no politicians saying, hey, I vote that the matching pool goes this way. You know, there's other projects out there like retroactive funding, where there's an optimism, where there's badge holders deciding things. It's always a shit show. It's always a shit show. Every DAO with delegations is always a shit show. There's some other interesting ways to mitigate it. Like if you still want expertise in there, you don't want to do algorithmic governance. There's this really cool thing called liquid democracy. Have you guys ever heard of this? Can I go into it? Sure. I think it, you know, back in the day, like 2016,
Just back in the day.
2018,
It's
yeah,
way
right?
back.
That's
way
back
back in the day.
That's like
Yeah.
each year in crypto is like dog years.
Yeah. Well, and this isn't even crypto stuff. Liquid democracy is actually just like a political science, like theory system where the Pirate Party and like there's this other party called Flux Party actually in San Francisco tried to elect someone that would just vote on whatever their phone said. And their phone would tell them what the people want. And the way the idea was that we could put liquid democracy into a current government system if we elect a person to do what liquid democracy tells them to do. So the way liquid democracy is like direct democracy with a hybrid between direct democracy and like the craziest representative democracy you can imagine, right? So it's kind of a hybrid between, where basically anyone can vote on anything. But if you don't vote, you have delegates in different contexts. So you could say like in a DAO, for instance, you like for liquidity incentives, I want this guy to be my delegate. For like grant programs, I want this guy to be my delegate.
I see.
Right?
I see.
For security technical things, I want this guy to be my delegate. Right? Like, don't get me wrong, I'm a technical guy, but and I'm pretty good at grants. But I really am not the DeFi guy that's going to tell you about liquidity incentives. But as a delegate in all these DAOs, I need to be an expert in all those things and actually vote in all those things. When really, I should probably just be the grants guy. Honestly. Yeah. You know, like that's probably where I have the most expertise. You should delegate. Some people might delegate to me for security stuff, but like honestly, I would probably delegate to someone else. And that's the coolest thing about liquid democracy. Is that you can delegate to someone, and then they can delegate to someone, and then they can delegate to someone, and you have this whole web of delegations.
It's like a daisy chain.
Yeah. It's like this like network of daisy chains, and then what's really interesting is what matters is who shows up to vote. Because let's say that you delegate to me and I delegate to you for like the environment question proposals that are tagged with the environment. And I have like 100 other people delegated to me, but I delegate to you. Only 20 people delegated to you. So if I don't vote, you have all my 100 votes plus the 20 votes plus your votes. So you have 121 votes if I don't. But if I do vote, I have 100 votes and you only have 21, right? So it's kind of like, well, who wants to decide on this decision? And why I believe liquid democracy follows this practice of like, if there's politicians, there'll be corruption. And so liquid democracy, you can just delegate to your mom, and then she can delegate to Oprah Winfrey or whoever the fuck she wants, and it's like, there doesn't have to be, and there hopefully wouldn't be politicians per se. It would just be like expertise would actually naturally arise in these different sectors just because the people who really know and care just have to show up and vote. And then they would actually end up with a lot of voting power based off of how much people trust them to be that expert. So it's like a way that you can still have humans in the loop deciding things. And it's, direct democracy is something that's still practiced in Switzerland. Direct democracy is there's no politicians, everyone votes on everything. So you have this like initiative process. There's a clear process of how votes get to rise to be decided on, and then there's no politicians, just every normal person gets to vote on it. So you still have that aspect with liquid democracy where if it's a big decision, seriously, every single human could vote on it, right? Or, a lot of, like the nice thing is experts in different contexts would naturally arise to be the voters. And then we have like the next kind of governance that I'm really excited about, of course, is like AI governance.
Oh, yeah.
Because one of the biggest problems with governance today is voting. Voting is the dumbest shit. Another hot take. Voting is fucking dumb. It's the dumbest fucking shit